Good morning, Kalifers. It's about 2:20 in the morning. So 2:20 in the morning of Tuesday. It's been a couple of days already since I arrived from taking the to-go vessel from Manila to Iloilo. So I wanted to do this final part 3. There's some miscellaneous things I wanted to let you know, or that I should have known when booking on a to-go vessel. So I think I ended on the breakfast part. And again, the breakfast was delicious. The servers, the crew were wonderful. So again, I have to repeat, please tip the crew members for any services that they provide you while on board, because they do work for tips. And I noticed there was several on training crew members, and when I spoke to them, they were from I guess a school for cruise ships. So they're training to be crew members, and they're actually really good. I'll give it to them. Um, Now, as to the ship, I wanted to add some miscellaneous things that I did not include in my part 1 or part 2. On the ship that I rode was called Masagana. And from further research, when I got home, what's this? On further research, when I got home, it indicated on the booking page that the Masagana ship does not have a first class cabin. So that I guess answers my question why I never got one. So it's good to know. And another thing I wanted to bring up on the ship that I rode on, of course, we are Filipinos. We gotta have our karaoke. They do have a karaoke machine for free, so you could use it. And I'm just glad that my room is not closest to the main floor, because that karaoke machine was blasting. Anyways, when you board, when before you disembark, make sure that you return your keys and the blanket that you rented. In this situation, when we were about to arrive in Iloilo, the crew members already started knocking on our doors, already retrieving the items and returning our documents. So don't forget, get your documents back. You definitely don't want to leave them, okay? And they don't accept photocopies. You have to leave the real thing. So make sure you bring enough. You bring more than two documents: your driver's license, your passport ID card, your SSS, your senior ID. I don't, whatever you have for the things that you need to rent. On board, they have also a salon. I took a peek in there. I don't think I would want to use the service after I seen the situation of their towels that they had in there. It looks like it's in better days. So who would want to have their hair done in the ship? Well, maybe somebody does. Anyways, so again, when we disembarked, I was inquiring about porter assistance, to help me with my bags getting down the boat. And I was informed that once the ship docked and as the doors open, there will be rush in all these porters, and they will be grabbing, they will try and grab or get any I guess people with bags to serve them. They weren't kidding. Once those doors opened, there was a crowd of porters. just rushing in, asking anyone with bags if they need assistance. Because after a while, I learned that that's how they earn a living. Guys, I can't stress this enough. They work for tips. And please don't be stingy either. If you have a lot of bags and they're heavy, please tip them appropriately. Don't be stingy. These guys, what I observe, they deserve good tips, I'm telling you. God forbid if they pick the wrong people to bring the bags down the ship and they don't tip. Oh boy. Then they're at a loss. Imagine they spend all that effort bringing your bags down and you don't tip, or you tip really low. Please, if just think about this. If you think you have a lot of bags and they're heavy and you have somebody else carry it for you, please tip them. You know, they really appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate that they're there to help me. In fact, when they started rushing in, I thought there wouldn't be enough porters for everybody. But guess what? They have more than enough. In fact, there's even porters. If the porter came in last, they're left with no bags to bring down. So that means to say no tip for that time. So tell you what, I'm afraid of heights. So when I boarded the ship from Manila, I mean that was scary enough for me. But getting down that ramp, it's no joke, folks. So I was prepared to board almost the last person because the ship that I was on continued on to Bacolod. So the first group of people left, disembarked in Iloilo, which I disembarked in Iloilo. So I was probably almost the last person to leave. And guys, I tell you, getting down that ramp, the steep ramp, was even worse. It was the worst. It was really scary. So I took my time. I'm sorry for the a few people that was behind me that you had to wait for me until I get down all the way down. My legs were shaking. I had the butterflies. I was terrified, honestly. So when I got down, the porter, brought the bags all the way. Oh, actually loaded it all the way to the vehicle. I already made pre-arrangements with my vehicle. It's somebody that I know. And I'm glad I did because there were so many taxis, private transportation outside of the gates. So just watch out. Just be careful when just make sure that they're legitimate, you know. Um, so that's one of the suggestions I'm going to give you guys. Anyway, everything, the ship, I wouldn't mind catching the ship, riding the ship again in the future. I'll just make sure that I choose the correct accommodations again. Um, I learned now that using a using a communal bathroom will not work for me because I'm the type that needed to use it frequently, especially in the middle of the night. And a communal bathroom will just not do it for me. Um, so other than that, that's my experience riding the to go. So hopefully next time I get the chance to ride the first class cabin. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. So I just wanted to give this video before I forget all the experience I had with the to go. Anyway, you have all a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.